Hi there, Terry back again. Hope I find you well, and welcome to my attempt at a Halloween video. My favourite spooky character that relates to this time of year is Elvira, and on my thumbnail for this video is a statue of her. A statue I wish I hadn't sold, but she did help me buy a few more expensive books. I have to be happy with the Funko Pops by the pumpkin, I suppose. Anyway, the first of my Elvira collection, Elvira collection, came from DC. 11 issues plus a one-shot. Excuse me, the music was a bit too loud. Couldn't hear myself think there. Right, we have got a 64-page Halloween special. I'm going to give a proceed to the stories in this particular issue. The rest I'll do as I usually do. But this was January '86, and it's got an early Brian Bolland cover. The prologue is entitled Elvira's Quest, and it was written by Joey Cavalieri, pencils by Ron Wagner, inks by Bob Oskner, colours by Liz Beirub. Elvira finds herself in a sanctuary from an angry mob inside the House of Mystery. The house tells her she must listen to the stories of previous residents in order to find her destiny and hopefully escape the house. The first tale is written by Philip Clark, pencils by Tom Grunberg, inks by Erwin Hassan, and the colours by Renee Reynolds. It's called The Realm. This is a story about a real game of Dungeons and Dragons. And without any spoilers, the moral of this story: don't knock out a bad loser first. Then we have Death Likes a Lullaby, written by Robert Kanigher, pencil and inks by Arthur Garrosh, and the colours by Mary K. Van Camp. Next story is with Death as the host. A kidnapper's frightened victim soothes herself by singing Rockabye Baby. The kidnapper is paid his ransom, but buries the poor girl alive anyway. He is tormented by the lullaby, and let's say things don't end well. Then we have, hosted by Elvira, we have a real twist on the Romeo and Juliet story. Juliet story called Once Upon a Time. It's written and penciled by Dennis Yee, inking Jim Fern, Dan Adkins and Tex Blaisdell, and the colouring by Liz Beirub. And this is a tale taking place in China with wizards and demons and a jar of eternity. I'm having trouble with my teeth tonight. Then hosted by Kane, our last tale is Vengeance in the Creature feature. It's written by Jack C. Harris, pencil and inks by Dan Spiegel, colours by Renee Reynolds, and the story is of 4 boys trying to win $1,000 by making a horror movie. One of the boys, called Duncan, is not accepted by the other 3, and he is forgotten about by them. But without ruining the tale, after the movie is made, guess who's around to collect the $1,000? Now, of course, Elvira doesn't leave the house, as there wouldn't be a number 2 of this series if she did, would there? I hope you like the music. With number 2, I'm just going to show the covers, and as I said, we'll just do a normal trivia that I usually do. We've got number 2 is from April '86. Excuse me. Dennis Cowan, Rick Mega, and Dick Giordano. Get my knife. Excuse me. Dick Giordino. Elvira is host for an inquest in the quest of a caretaker. It's written by Joe Cavalieri, art Bob Oskner, and Liz Beirub does the colours. And the next 2 stories are written by Robert Kanigher. It's The Samurai Condemned to Live, the art by Angel Trinidad Jr., and the colours are by Mary K. Van Camp. And then we have another samurai tale, The Samurai Who Surprised Death, Art is this time by Nolly Zamora, but it's again coloured by Mary Kay Van Camp. Then we have issue 3, May 1986, cover by Denny Cohen and Dick Giordino. And the first bit of trivia about this issue, have you noticed? There's no Comic Code Authority seal on it. And this was due to nudity in several panels of the last story. Oh, lost one of my books. In actual fact, there's also a little nudity in the first story too. But by today's standards, it's very, very mild. First story in this is called Retribution, or We Don't Need No Stinking Tin Badges. It is written by Joe Cavalieri, pencils by Stan Wack, inks by Dick Giordino, and the colours by Liz Beirut. Then we have Ballad of Hanging Rock, who's hosted by Death. It's written by Robert Kanigher, pencil and inks by Angel Trinidad Jr., and the colours by Liz Beirut. The trivia in this issue, it contains a character in one of the stories called Nick Dundee, and it's more than likely based on Crocodile Dundee, as the movie was around at the time. And Elvira hosts the last story, One Way Passage, written by Robert Kanigher, pencil inks by Jess Jodelman, and the colours by Liz Beirut. Now we can see issue 4, June 1986, by Mark Beecham and Dick Giordino, and the prologue is hosted by Elvira. It's written by Joey Cavalieri, and the pencils in the book, it says CUR, whichever that means. Anybody who knows what that is, let me know in the comments. The inks are by Sal Amendola, and the colours are again by Liz Beirut. Then we have a story called Light of Day, Dark of Night. The writers there are Robbie Metcalf and Gail Montgomery. Pencils Heather Gilgore, inks Jim Fern, and the colours, yet again, Mary Kay Van Camp. Also in this issue is a pin-up of Kane, the normal person that introduces House of Mystery. And that's by Sean McManus, and the colours are by Renee Reynolds. And we also have She Knows Someone Is Watching Her, written and penciled by Dennis Yee, inks Jim Fern, and colours Liz Beirut. Then we have number 5, July 1986. And the colours are by Mary Beecham and Carl Baker. Elvira's hosting is Clue Number 1. It's written by Joey Cavalieri and the art by Mark Beecham. Then we have Waddle and Beeve, that's the title. And the writer for that is Rory Metcalf, pencils Tom Grimberg, inks Jim Fern, colours Mary Kay Van Camp. And then we have the last story, The Clockwork Dragon, again written by Robert Kanigher, pencils Dick Ayers, inks Tony Suzuka, and colours Renee Reynolds. The trivia of this issue, I'm surprised it had a Comic Code Authority seal, as the first page depicts Elvira sleeping nude. She also breaks the wall twice in this issue. She finds a stack of DC comic books and talks to the reader about them. This, as you can see, is a sideways issue. Issue 6, August 86. Mark Beecham done the cover. All pages are landscape, which is a pain to read in my opinion, as in it's a very easy book to damage when you're reading it in this sort of position. But there are 5 stories and a prologue. And I've lost another book. Oh well. As per usual, we have Attic Attack, the prologue and the first story, a New York Yankee in King Arthur's court. They are written by Tom and Mary Beerbohm, with pencils by Tom Grimberg, inks by Jim Fern, and colours by Liz Beirut. Trivia for New York Yankee story will interest my friend the Greyman. Channel info below. This story is probably the only comic book story depicting hostess Twinkies that isn't an ad page. Go over to the Greyman's channel, you'll see what I mean. That's the Greyman, all one word. Then the next story is a Subject for Postmortem, written by Robert Kanigher, pencil and inks by George Freeman, and colours by Renee Reynolds. And then we have Two-Edged Sword, written by Elizabeth Smith, pencils Charles Nicholas, inks Joe Geller, and colours by Mary Kay Van Camp. And then we have another Robert Kanigher's tale with art this time by Jess Jodeline, and it's called You're Big to Die. And then, just like clockwork, closes out this issue by Joey Cavalieri, pencil inks Rick Estrada, and with colours by Liz Blayderup. I'm waiting for the next wonderful. New Bags and Balls by the looks of it. And then we have number 7, September 1986, cover by Bill Zinken, Wiz. I do apologise. Now, Adam Strange only appears on the cover. The prologue is Welcome to Elvira's House of Mystery. Again, I wonder how they think of these things. And the first of the 2 stories in this issue are by Jay Geldof. Yep, he does it all, except for the lettering, and that's by Eric Shanover. The second tale is written by Mike W. Barr and is titled Starborn, and the pencil inks are by Tom Yates and the colours by Liz Blayderup. Then we have number 8, October 86. There we are. And the covers by Dwight Turner and Dick Giordino. The prologue, The Library of Elvira's House of Mystery. Pencils, Dwight Turner, inks, Dick Giordino. It doesn't mention the writer, but I would guess Joe Cavalieri could be wrong. I could be wrong, I should say. Another question for the comments. Then we have by Mike Barron and the art by Bjorn Osland, Gruesome Gretchen. And then Kerry Gamble does it all with Mummy Dearest. And the last tale is Out of Sync by Robin Schneider, pencil inks by Rick Estrada, and the colours by Helen Vessig. Number 9, November 86. And the cover there by Steve Bove and Helen Vessig. Again, no mention of the writer of the prologue, but it's called Elvira's Film Festival. We have the pencil of Dwight Turner and the inks are by Dick Giordino. Then, like the cover says, 2 stories. Lost Souls is written and penciled by Darren Auk, inks by Victor Laszlo, and the colours by the ever-dependable Liz Blayderup. Then the second story is Drink Like a Fish, written by Dennis Shea, pencils Graham Nolan, inks Reuben Farms, and again Liz Blayderup doing the colours. Number 10, December 86, cover by Joe Orlando and Ed Hannigan. Prologue, The Cain Mutiny, and that's spelled C-A-I-N without the E. And the writer is still not listed on this one, and that's inside the book handling DC database. I have looked. Pencils are by Dwight Turner and the inks are by Dick Giordino. And we have another 2 stories. Death for Rent, writer Robert Kanigher, pencil and inks Ernesto Patricio, and the colours by Mary Kay Van Camp. And we finish with Low Man on Totem Pole. Stan Timmons writes it, pencil inks by Jose Matuceno, and the colours are by Helen Vessig. And the last issue, number 11, is from January 1987. Dave Stevens. It's another Halloween spectacular. The prologue, again, is uncredited, the writer, but the title is Elvira's House of Mystery. Do not know how they think up these things. Pencils by Gene Colan and inks by Dick Giordino. Then we have Bugs by Dennis Shea, pencils Tom Greinberg, inks Jim Fern, and colours Liz Blayderup. And the next, Deadly Affairs, was written by Tom and Mary Beerbohm, pencil inks Dan Spiegel, colours Liz Blayderup. And lastly, Killer Turf, written by Murray Boltinoff, and the art by Jerry Tellock. This was the last of the series. Thank you for watching, and I will show you the special, but as it's a Christmas one, we might do a Christmas special. That was less fun, but more about that next time. If you haven't already, put a thumbs up, please, and please make a comment, and if you haven't, again, please subscribe. Hope you've enjoyed my Halloween special. Hope you'll enjoyed the music and the falling down covers, which I'm probably going to have to replace now because I expect they're damaged. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.